In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to make a turbo manifold jig. If you're like me and they don't offer turbo manifold for your build, be sure to stay tuned because it's pretty simple. Cinnamon toast crunch. Guess it would help if I take the pin out. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Matt. Let's go ahead and finish up that manifold. I went and got the engine block from the machine shop. Unfortunately, the pistons are not in yet, but I got the block in order to be able to start mocking things up with the engine on the engine stand. I took myself some measurements based off of the transmission sitting in the car, the bell housing, as to how much space I have from the edge of the bell housing to the radiator fan at a couple different points, and also from the top of that bell housing all the way to the top of the hood, the roof of the top of the hood, from the bell housing to the top of the hood with the hood closed, so that way we can just go ahead and start mocking things up. I have some of my supplies you guys have seen in a previous video just kind of hanging out, so you'll have to mind the mess a little bit. I've been just trying to picture and figure out how this is all going to go together, how I want to go about making my jig. So I think what I'm going to do is take this log manifold that I had made previously. I'm going to cut this off, and then I'll use this piece here to just kind of find the location where the turbo will sit in relation to this flange here. In our previous video, we did tack this up, as well as started working on one of the runners, but my biggest concern was whether or not I was gonna end up running into this oil cooler. And we also kind of have to make sure we're not gonna run into the AC hose. I'm pretty confident with the measurements that I took, everything will be hunky-dory. So now that we got the block, the head attached, we've got our oil cooler attached, so this should make it a lot easier in order to make a manifold for this bad boy over here, the old Turbski. So let's cut that flange off, mount the other flange on top of it, and make ourselves a jig so we can start on making this turbo manifold contraption thingamabob. And real quick before we start, I am going to mount the turbo like so that way, golly, this thing's heavy. So that way we have our cold air coming from this side where the stock breather normally is. We'll have the exhaust kind of route down this way underneath the car. So let's get after it. All right, we got our trusty workbench out. Let's go ahead and do it. Would help if I plug the damn thing in. Woo-wee. I reckon this thing's probably gonna live right about here, and I'm gonna have to angle this just a little bit, but we'll kind of mark off where this thing is at. Now we just need to tack this on here, figure out our angle. It says about 20-25 degrees. All right, let's see if we can't just tack this thing on here. Where the hell's the damn switch? There it is. All right, we got her all tacked up. Happy with the placement where the turbo will fall. Might need to consider that. Yeah, no, this should be fine. And I'm cool with the angle of this. Should give us some room. All right, let's go ahead and take this off. Make yourselves a jig. All right, we've got our 2x4 steel here, and we'll figure out how to mount this up. So I think what I'm going to do first is just mark off some holes where this guy will go. Let's use this one instead. A little easier access. Tight. Let's drill these out. And we'll mark this one off too while we're at it. Do it this way so you guys can see, and actually so I can see a little better. Looks like a winner. Let's go ahead and drill it. A drill press sure would be nice right about now. Let's try this thing. One down, 8 more to go. One down. One more to go. All right, I got everything drilled out. I have them bolted up to the manifold. Now I'm going to take this piece here, and I've already made some measurements where I'm just going to cut it, and we'll just weld a piece down the side of it to the back. See what else we can do to support it aside from, we're going to have a piece on this side, a piece on this side, and I don't know, maybe I might weld something under the bottom. I guess we'll see how sturdy it is after these 2 side pieces. So let's cut this. We got our pieces cut. Now, let's see if we can't make some magic here. Make this happen. Put some of my newfound skills to the test. It's been a while now. Oh my lord, I'm sure this is gonna go great. But here goes nothing. Well, we got her tacked. Well, we got her tacked, and that helmet is definitely blinding me. Ooh-wee. All right, cool. Well, I got it all welded up. Probably not the best welds ever, but we got her done. It's still hot. Let me flip it around. I'll show you some of my worst welds on this and some of my better welds. So here, it was okay. I did try rotating this thing towards where it'd be easy for me to get to. Those came out, all right. I'm still new to TIG welding. I'm not the best welder to begin with. But those came out decent. Started getting a little better at it. Those came out okay. That came out okay. I think it was all about how comfortable I was. Those look great. I was hoping I could get all of them to look like that, stacking some dimes. It's been a while. Welder's been sitting up. The hardest part was this here. I managed to do okay there, but right there I just blew through it. It was hard for me to just really get comfortable and start blowing through it, and I was like, oh, what the hell, we've got this completely welded up. We got all that welded up. This was a new experience for me as well, kind of bridging this gap right here, but felt like I did a pretty decent job. I'm not sure what this, I guess that's a little bit of oxidation. I did not clean this, which I'm not too worried about it because it's just a jig. But a good refresher nonetheless. So we have ourselves a jig made up. I'm gonna let this thing cool down and then we'll unbolt the manifold and start working on the manifold for the engine. Starting to second guess some of my skills here, but that's all right. We're having fun with it. This is the first time for me to do something like this, so be sure to be sure to give this a thumbs up and leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm taking you guys along with me. This isn't what I do for a living, but hey, it's fun. Here we go. Here's the jig all cooled down. I just wanted to show you guys before I start bolting things up and we start making the manifold. Pretty simple little setup. I think it'll make it fairly easy to, with my abilities or lack thereof, to be able to make a manifold successfully. I know it looks kind of janky, but you know, I'm happy with the way it came out, and I guess will serve me well. And who knows, if some of you guys want me to make one for you too, just hit me up. But after I finish my project, so here we go. This will be on hand for a while, or forever. What do you think, Apollo? Should we go ahead and bolt some stuff up, start making the manifold? You don't care. You're just a dog. I am back from the hardware store, had a little something to eat. Now it's time to start having some fun. Check this out. Woo! Got everything all bolted up. So I ran to the hardware store to grab a few more nuts in order to bolt everything down. I did end up just completely drilling through this other side off camera. Everything's nice and snug. Now we just gotta fill in the gaps here. I've already started kind of messing with this, but I think I got one of the runners already figured out. So let's go ahead and start tacking some of this in. I think we'll start with this one down here. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the end results of the turbo manifold jig are. Be sure to stay tuned because in the next video, we're going to start working on the manifold itself. Until next time, peace out with your peace out.